What's up, everybody? My name is Godzi, and welcome back to another episode of Corpse Party Book of Shadows. Last episode, we began Chapter 4, Purgatory, as we were introduced to, oh my god, Sayaka? She's kinda strange, and I'm not sure what to think of her so far, but whatever. We're in Heavenly Host, and we got separated from Naho, so that's lovely, ain't it? Oh, this is the storehouse. Yeah, this was a room that we could go to in the last game. Yep, and totally not a new one. Is there anything in here of note? There's like... No, doesn't seem to be. There's a tarp, but I can't interact with anything in here. That's interesting. Not much to talk about. Let's just explore. So we're in the bomb shelter of all places, which ain't nice. Can't interact with that door. That must just be the door to the storehouse. Oh, I can't even look around at all in this room. Okay. Anything down here? Oh boy. The wall? What the? It's crumbling! Ah! That was close. And I can't get through. Mommy, save me! Okay, so we can't go that way. The path here is completely blocked with rubble. There's no way through, so that basically means we can't escape the bomb shelter. Cool. She must have died here in the last game, and I didn't note how her body was, but whatever. I mean, this is Book of Shadows. Well, this might actually be following the events of the first game, since we didn't see any of Sayaka in the first game either. Oh, what the? Kagome, bird in the basket. When will you come out? Will be the evening of dawn. The crane and the turtle have fallen, so who is it that stands behind me? What am I? Am I hearing things? That's a child's voice, isn't it? Maybe this really is an elementary school after all. This is, a bomb shelter. Not really much of a, what's it called? Not much of an elementary school. That's just the end of a hallway. I can't really explore any of these rooms. Alright, let's go to the hallway over here. Okay, these are all still. I cannot look up, down, left, or right. I'm checking around to see if there's name tags. The lights flickered, and I could swear I saw something up on the path ahead. Hopefully just my eyes playing tricks on me, please. Is somebody there? Oh boy. It's a spirit, an evil one. Oh, darkening. Hello there. 23? Damn, dude. It's never filled up for me, but Jesus. The door is sealed firmly shut. There's no way to open it. Yep. That's clear as day. Was I supposed to go down this way? Is this a bathroom? I'm in, like, a cave, and there's a bathroom here? No matter how I looked at it, nothing about this place seemed like an elementary school in any way. Yeah, it's the bomb shelter. But there were lights on the ceiling and support beams to prevent cave-in, so it certainly wasn't a naturally formed cavern either. I mean, there was even indoor plumbing down here. Oh, there's a dead body. No thank you. I actually did have to go, but there's a limit to how dirty and disgusting a bathroom stall can get before I just refuse to close myself in there. Guess I just have to hold it. Oh, probably not for long, you'll die. Okay, we can actually explore this room. Okay, looks like the only thing we can look at is dead body. There's skeletal remains here. It's a small child. Maybe she was hiding. Okay, you're being awfully accepting of this. There's a name tag attached to her jacket. Renaissance Elementary School, Mina Nishio. Alright, let's see how you died, Mina. So, Renaissance Elementary School. Oh, we already have 2 of them. Neck trapped in door while trying to leave school building. Died slowly over 5 hours time. Yikes, kid. That ain't fun. Okay, we didn't really get to look at this hallway.
Dun 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 dun, nothing. Check the end of the hallway.
Ah, fuck! Do you have to be in my left ear? Why, save me, help me please, it hurts me, stop! I could hear the voices of children who seemed to be in pain and distress. I don't like the surround sound on this. I'm out of here. Fuck y'all. Jesus Christ. Why is this the most unsettling chapter so far? I guess it's just the uncertainty, because we don't know what happens to Sayaka. Dead body. Holding its head. It's a half-decomposed body. Based on uniform, this was almost certainly a female student, but age is much harder to determine. Her name tag identifies her as Senior High, though. Matsukaze Prefectural High School, Tomomi Isomura. Okay, how'd you die, Tomomi? Matsukaze. Oh. Are these all in the order of how you're supposed to get them? That was probably in Chapter 2 then, if I missed it. Eternally 17 years old, learned how to use magic. What? The fuck does that mean? Okay, whatever. Hall. We're right by the death room. The door is thoroughly sealed, there's no way to get inside. Probably a good thing. It's locked up tight. Okay, so that room is locked. God damn, this place is big. Doesn't look like we can go all the way to where, Yoshikazu hung himself, though, or where Sachiko was buried. Well, not Sachiko, but, where the other kids were killed. Ah! Let's play! Come and get me! I'm over here! I'm over here! No, I'm over here! No, I'm over here! No, I'm over here! I could hear children calling for me, hiding and goading me to find them. I don't want to look for you kids, okay? Y'all can stay there. Search mode, look at the wall. Oh, another dead body. There's a recently deceased corpse here. Based on uniform and various accessories adorning the body, this would appear to have been a female junior or senior high school student. Her student ID name tag is still fully visible. Karasuyama High School, Shihoko Usaki. Okay, how'd you die? Name tag list. What did it say? Karasuyama. I must have missed a couple in Chapter 2 then. Cranium bashed in with blunt object. That's not very fun. I feel sorry for you, kid. I say kid. You were 17 when you died. I'm only 18. Are you ready yet? Not yet. Are you ready yet? Not yet. I could hear the voices of children playing. This is just fucked up. Alright, let's go over there now. Please shut up, children. There's only one wrong ending in this chapter, apparently. However, problem is, it could be anywhere and I have no clue where. You may proceed, you may proceed. What narrow path is this? It is the path of the heavenly host. No more! God, what is this place? Where even am I? You're in Heavenly Host's bomb shelter, of all places. Okay, hallway. Nothing. Hallway. I could hear children laughing. Among the voices, I heard the sound of a door opening somewhere nearby. Oh, it says the death room's open now. Go in there if you want to die. I don't want to die, so I won't, thank you. Plus, I'm looking for dead bodies. Name tags, you know. There's a fully decomposed corpse here. She's wearing a skirt, so it seems safe to assume this was a female student in life. Pick up the name tag. Chihiro Fujisaki, huh? Her name tag confirms this. Shobu University Middle School, Hinako Meguri. Okay, how'd you die, Hinako? What school was it? Shobu. Okay. Spirited journalist who came to investigate the school, found with a piece of paper on her person and just says loverly. Spirited journalist? Really? You're 13. I mean, hey, nothing wrong with being passionate at a young age. Up here, is there anything here? Another dead body. This one's just curled up into a ball. There's a foul-smelling, rotting corpse here. Based on the uniform, darkening's coming in. It was probably a male high school student in life. He seems to have died sitting down, though he doesn't look very relaxed. There's a student ID name tag on his chest. Karasuyama High School, Yoaki Kamimizu. Okay. What was it? Karasuyama, I believe. Fucking wrong one. Oh, that was the one that was skipped. Collapsed while searching for friends, starved to death. It's not very fun, is it? Alright, not much left of the map to explore other than the death room, like 3 segments of the hallway, and the body pool. The door is sealed firmly shut, there's no way to open it. Does that just mean it's locked, or... Okay, I don't think it's locked, it's just sealed. Alright. Nothing here. Check this room. And all we have left is the dissection room. Oh, hello. There's a recently deceased corpse here. Her hands are outstretched as if she were trying desperately to dig her way through the wall. There's a student ID name tag on her uniform. Komashiro Trade School, Sexy Hagiwara. That's an interesting name. And a new school too, Komashiro. Sexy Hagiwara died after abdomen was punctured by metal object. Yikes, kid. Well, kid, you're 18, just like me. Alright, let's head to the death room, see how that's gonna go. It's probably not gonna be very fun. Go to the death room, time to die. I didn't think this place could get any darker, but this room proved me wrong. It was completely and utterly devoid of all light. My only indication as to its size was the bloop, bloop sound of dripping water from somewhere inside. And based on the echo, it didn't seem too big. I was perfectly content to leave it at that, honestly. But I couldn't, because I knew Naho might have been in there, seized with fear and panic. She usually kept a cool head, sure, but I'd just seen what she looked like when she didn't, and it worried the hell out of me, so I had to know. Naho! No response, not that I heard anyway. The dripping sound wasn't very loud, but it echoed enough that it could conceivably obscure the sound of a person's voice. As long as I kept the door to this room open, though, the pale light of the corridor would flitter in and I'd be able to see the exit. It may not have illuminated much, but at least I'd be able to find my way out in a pinch, so I swallowed my fear and walked into the darkness. Ah, gross. What's that smell? It stinks to high heaven. Is something rotten in here? Ugh! Ew, what's spilled? It's all over my leg. Without thinking, I smacked my hand against my leg as if trying to knock off whatever was stuck to it. Ugh, what is this? The metallic smell was so thick that I almost couldn't breathe. Was it blood? Did I just wipe blood onto my hand? No, it couldn't be. Yeah. Got a sudden itch on my thigh, so I impulsively reached down and scratched it. And in doing so, a small rice-sized bead stuck to the ball of my finger. Wait. Okay. But in this all-consuming darkness, I had no way to tell what it was. It felt an awful lot like a grain of rice, though. Even smushing and smearing like one when I kneaded it between my thumb and forefinger. What is this thing? Skin? From my thigh? Crap, I hope not. Huh? The lights? Oh god, what is this place? The dissection room. The source of the horrible smell was suddenly clear. The room was absolutely drenched from wall to wall and ceiling to floor with blood and viscera. How many gallons of blood must there have been to coat this entire room? And the worst part was, none of it was dry. It was all wet. It was all fresh. There were indistinguishable chunks of flesh and bone everywhere. Just what kinds of twisted things was this room being used for? Ha! Huh? Scratched my itching thigh again with my finger, then looked down at my legs, and all at once my blood ran cold. What? Ah! A swarm of little white bugs was wriggling around on both of my legs. Oh great, maggots. That's what I'd squished between my fingers, but there were many, many more. They were also on my skirt, on my socks, even inside my shoes. I fell into a state of total panic. I threw off my shoes and began frantically brushing myself off with my arms. I grabbed the hem of my skirt and the collars of my socks and shook the hell out of them, too, trying to knock as many bugs off my body as I possibly could. It's hard to do a scream with that voice, you know? Stumbling around, I accidentally planted the heel of my sock into a murky puddle of red liquid. My mind went blank with disgust. Gross, 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 gross! I can't take this anymore. Oh boy. The CG. Calm down, Sayaka. This was just a slaughterhouse. This was just a place where livestock was chopped up into meat. It was perfectly natural. There was nothing unusual about this room at all. The blood, the chunks of flesh and bone, probably all just from animals. But is there not a single human body in here? There's tons of buckets of blood. Cabinet. I get a feeling that at this point, if I look around too much, I could get the wrong end. So I'm going to do a little thing called save. So I can just go straight back here immediately. Buckets. Filthy buckets littered the room. Each one was stuffed with reddish-black globs of meat and quivering yellow and white liquid. In most of them, femur-like bones adorned the surface. But one of them seemed to be a far more horrid stew than the others. And that's because one of them was full of arms. Human arms. Several of them. Jutting out above the bucket lip and practically waving at passerbys. Ah! Screams are strange beasts because they basically override all sense of logic and reason within a person's mind. Quite naturally, quite automatically in my shock, a scream forced its way out from inside my body, from the very pit of my stomach. Ah! My senses had become razor sharp. I could faintly hear footsteps approaching from the hall outside the room. My stomach tightened, stopping the next scream in my throat. I was sure of it. In the corridor just outside this room, someone or something was coming this way. And judging by sound, it sure wasn't Naho. Another scream threatened to slip out. I quickly stifled it. The last thing I needed was to give away my position. Whoever this was getting closer and closer. I had to act. The hallway outside was just a straight shot, so escaping the room without being seen wasn't an option. Hiding was my only hope. But hiding where? The table usually works. From what I remember in the last game, Taguchi hid inside the cabinet, died. We hid under the table and survived. So it's gonna be the other way around. The footsteps were approaching fast. I ran over to the large cabinet on the other side of the room. Please open! The doors opened without difficulty, but they were the sort that automatically closed when left unattended. Oh well, no time for second guessing now. I turned around and jammed myself end first into the closet, grabbing the edges of the closing doors with my fingers and pulling them for all my worth. Shrinking my body into the cramped closet, I prayed silently for the footsteps to pass by this room. But then the person making those footsteps was probably the same person who turned on the light in here, so I didn't honestly hold out much hope. Rapidly, my thoughts grew darker. Worst-case scenarios began flashing through my mind one after another. I grasped my quivering mouth and violently shaking shoulders in a vain attempt to calm myself down. I clenched my eyes shut and willed myself to swallow any sounds that may otherwise have leaked out. Naho, please help me! I peeked through the gap in the door and my fears were confirmed. I was no longer alone in this room. Yup, it's Yoshikazu. The thing that was in here with me was horrible. He seemed not quite human, but not really anything else either. And whatever he was, I was scared to death of him. On second thought, maybe he was human, he just had a grotesque face and an abnormally large body. Not to mention a zombie-like disposition, he was horrifying. He had the limp body of a girl tossed over his shoulder. He walked over to the blood-covered table at the center of the room and violently threw her down onto it. Oh, it's Nana. Letting out a moan of agony, she came to. My god, she was still alive. So, we're gonna see what happened to Nana, except I'd rather not see what happens to Nana. It hurts, it hurts, it hurts, it hurts, it hurts, it hurts! Her legs had been severed at the thigh, like completely cut off. How could anyone do something like that? No! The man straddled the girl and tied both her arms into metal restraints attached to the table. No, what was he planning on doing to her? He was coming this way. No, please, no. The man passed right by the standing closet.
instead turning his attention toward the nearby corner of the room where he began rummaging through a toolbox. He was utterly careless about it, tossing aside any tools he didn't need. Hammers and drills were clanging on the ground with some sliding under the table. Each time a tool fell, he'd bend down and scoop it up. If I had hidden under that table, I absolutely would have been found just now. Oh, so we guessed right. Yay! We missed the bad end, except we're probably still gonna get killed by Yoshikazu. Before long, he pulled out a large pair of pliers. Returning to the girl's side, he once again stepped up onto the table and straddled her body. Oh, fuck. What is he going to do with those exactly? Ah! Wordlessly, the enormous beast clamped down on the squirming girl's cheek and squeezed with all his might. Oh boy. Then, as far as I was able to determine from my vantage point, he'd forced her mouth open and shoved the pliers inside. Oh, gross. He readjusted his grip on the handle, then skillfully began opening the two metal prongs while simultaneously pushing them down her throat. God! No, stop! Finally, grasping the girl's tongue with his pliers, the man suddenly yanked his arm upward in one single, powerful movement, tearing it from her mouth. Gross. I heard the sound of her mouth frothing over, and after a moment of squirming, all her movements ceased completely. That's when I lost it. Tears were streaming down my face, and I began peeing myself uncontrollably. I shouldn't laugh at that. Urine was pooling along the bottom of the cabinet. No, stop! I frantically contracted my stomach, forcing myself to stop peeing. This is really dumb writing. If any of it leaked out from here and gave my position away, I'd be a goner for sure. My stomach immediately fought this sudden denial with a painful cramp. Please, please don't do this now. The man tossed the severed tongue into an aluminum bucket at his feet. Then, roughly threw the pliers back into the toolbox with an ear-splitting clatter. He grabbed the bucket containing the tongue and slowly disappeared from the room. Somebody had just died out there. I was in shock. What I'd seen had literally scared the piss out of me. I didn't think that ever actually happened. I had to get out of this room. If I stayed here until he came back, and if he found my hiding place, I could easily be the next one to die on that table. Slowly and shakily, I opened the cabinet doors and re-emerged. Well, poor Nana. The girl was still as a board. She almost looked alive, albeit gravely wounded, but her mannequin-like lack of any motion whatsoever said it all. I stared at this fresh corpse, and just felt so many conflicting emotions welling up inside me. I exited the room, fighting back more screams from the pit of my stomach that seemed insistent on coming out. What, does she not have a name tag with her? No! What is this place? If I'm dreaming, somebody wake me up, please! But I knew it wasn't a dream. I accepted that this place was real, even though it differed greatly from any reality I'd ever known before. My brain was quickly nearing its breaking point. A stupefying fog clouded my mind's circuits. No, help me, please! Days passed in the sweltering, isolated bunker. I couldn't even say how many. My cell phone battery ran out after a while, and my watch died too. I was lost. Completely. But I never stopped looking for Naho. I hadn't eaten anything, I hadn't drunk anything, and I'd slept so many times I couldn't even begin to estimate how long I'd been trapped here. The chocolate my mom gave me was still in my pocket, but I couldn't bring myself to eat it. It felt like it represented an important bond between me and her. Our friendship will last forever. It will never die. Naho. Save me, please. Okay. That was quick. I expected there to be a little bit more gameplay before I completely died. Yummy. Can ghosts eat chocolate? You should have carried around salt with you instead. Wow, that was the end. Chapter 4, Purgatory, a chronicle of past events. Chapter 4, Queer. Chapter 5, Shangri-La is now playable. Oh boy, the big one. Ayano Yamamoto and Mako, soulful testimonies unlocked in bonus menu. Probably Naho and Sayaka, I'd assume. Achievement unlocked, ends to the friends. That was a very anticlimactic chapter. We're only 25 minutes in and I beat the chapter? Should I just go for that wrong ending then? Just to get that before reading the testimonies? I might as well. I mean, there's only one and it's pretty obvious where it is. So, right here. And I might as well look at the other things in this room too, just in case there were more name tags. It's absolutely soaked with blood. There's no doubt that countless living things have been killed here. Sink, table, chains, cabinet. It's an enormous standing closet with double doors. Someone my size could most likely fit inside in a pinch. Okay. Okay, then it skips through all this. Okay, is it... How do I skip faster? Oh, that's how. I hold down that. Alright, under the blood-soaked table. Would I really be okay under the table? Not the best choice, but I guess there weren't too many other options. Either way, I couldn't afford to hesitate at a time like this. I had to follow my instincts. Fortunately, the table is pretty low to the ground, so I did have some cover there. Nonetheless, I prayed for the footsteps to pass by without coming in. But then the person making those footsteps was probably the same person who turned on the light in here, so I didn't honestly hold out much hope. Rapidly, my thoughts grew darker. Worst-case scenarios began flashing through my mind, one after another. I grasped my quivering mouth and violently shaking shoulders in a vain attempt to get myself to calm down. I clenched my eyes shut and willed myself to swallow any sounds that threatened to leak out. Oh boy, I just hit my pop filter. Naho. Naho, please, help me! What was happening? That was the sound of a girl in pain. The man had apparently dropped someone onto the table, and she was either injured or being injured. It hurts, it hurts, it hurts, it hurts, it hurts, it hurts! I could hear an unearthly scream from the other side of the table above me. My body became rigid. Crap! If he bent down to pick that up, he'd see me for sure. Eek! He was a very strange, horrifying creature. He seemed not quite human, but not really anything else either. Whenever he was, I was scared to death of him. On second thought, maybe he was human. He just had a grotesque face and an enormously large body. Not to mention a zombie-like disposition, he was horrifying. I feared as much for my life as any human being can. I was frightened, afraid, terrified. There's no word strong enough. Let me go! Let me go! I was flailing my arms and legs from doing everything I possibly could to break free from his grip. But this man was as strong as an ox. He wasn't letting go. I was fairly certain he could crush my throat with his bare hands if he wanted to. Somebody! Anybody! No! Mommy! The man drew me up by my neck and violently threw me toward the center of the room. It was almost as if he were proving my hypothesis. The tissues and bones in my throat scraped together with a sickening, unnatural sound. I gasped for air. My trachea was in pieces. I could feel my consciousness drifting away. I wasn't sure why, but he then suddenly let out a blood-curdling moan and made a beeline toward the room's only exit. As he ran out, he turned around and slammed his hand into the heavy iron door, and began slowly lurching closed. Wait! I was locked in. I knew it right away. I ran toward the door as best as I could manage, but I already knew I wouldn't be able to get it open again. Wait, please, help me! The girl I'd heard screaming was strapped onto the surface of the now overturned table, dangling helplessly. Please, help! Ah! God, no! Open! Open, goddammit! It hurts. It hurts. Days passed, I couldn't even begin to guess how many. No, I ever returned to that blood-drenched pitch-black room, and the girl I was trapped with hadn't said a word for a long time. I knew it smelled in here, it was cold, and that I was in pain, but I couldn't sense any of it anymore. Was I alive? Was I dead? I wasn't sure it even mattered. I just wanted to leave that room. Somebody, please, let me out. There was hardly any difference between that and the correct end. Other than Nana seems to die of blood loss instead of getting her tongue ripped out. Okay, I got the only wrong end. Achievement unlocked, used, and discarded. Thank you for that, achievement. I guess that means I got all the endings in Chapter 4. There's only 2. Okay, then. Well, might as well check those soulful testimonies. And then what? Okay, so, yep, Ayano Mamamoto, that's Naho. Wait, what? Oh, okay, and then Sayaka's that one. Okay, then. Then there really aren't that many. How many? Okay, only 7 of the Byakudan kids have one of these, then. Okay, so that's Kuroi Kazami. That, I have no idea. That's Kurosaki. Mitsuki. Fukuroi. Don't know. Almost one of them's Okawa? That one could be Okawa. That one's probably a girl. Whatever. Good afternoon, good morning, and good evening, everyone. This is Ayano Yamamoto, voice of Naho Sayanoki. Thank you all so very, very much for playing. So, I'll bet those of you who played Corpse Party Blood-Covered Repeated Fear were pretty shocked. How so? When I read the script, I have to admit, I too was thinking to myself, holy crap, Naho was that kind of person all along? I was blown away. I was all like, hamana, and I tweeted about it, and all my fans just poked fun at me, saying that Naho had always been just like that. Well, to be fair, yeah. But today I actually had to perform it, and I had no clue how I was going to pull it off. While recording, I was constantly worried about how to get across Naho's newfound playfulness. I mean, the meowing and stuff. Oh, that's why you were surprised. I hope it turned out okay. It probably did. Actually, when I'm working, I think I'm always a pretty serious, cool sort of lady, but in front of my friends I get a little loopy, and there were quite a few times when I felt Naho really was a lot like me with that meowing and such. Really? In fact, there were times during Book of Shadows where I read Naho and I was like, damn, that is me. This is so me. Okay. In the previous game, Naho was an intelligent girl you could kind of look up to. Sure. Not really, though. Sort of made me think, wow, this character who seemed worlds apart from me before is actually starting to resemble me. Perhaps. I'd be really happy if this cute girly Naho appealed to everyone. I don't know. Anyway, I hope you keep enjoying lots and lots and really enjoy yourselves. Take care, bye-bye. Alright, thank you, Naho. So, now we have Sayaka. Hello, this is Mako, the voice of Sayaka Oe. I've got to say, I was scared just doing the voice recording for this game. Did you all wet yourselves like Sayaka did? No. Maybe I shouldn't ask things like that, the boss will get mad at me. Anyway, let's just say it was really fun playing such a cute character who had so much turmoil to go through. Turmoil, no kidding. And on that note, this is Mako signing off. Thank you very much. That was short as hell. That was literally nothing. Oh well. Damn, they're... So, wow. There are 4 more chapters left and we still don't have all of these characters. And we haven't even seen any of the Byakudan characters, so... That's Naomi, Morishige, Ayumi, Yuka, Kazami, no idea. Yeah, Kurosaki, Mitsuki, Fukuroi, then no idea, and no idea. There's not a character I'm forgetting about, right? Gallery of Spirits. Goes through everything we've seen so far. No image. That must have been from a wrong end in chapter 2 then? Seems like I have all the Chapter 3 ones. Really? There were like 3 or 4 other wrong ends. And then Chapter 4, I should have all of them. And then, yep. Seems like this should be from Chapter 5, and then back to the first game. Are there any other characters I forgot about? Oh, her. That's a Byakudan kid. That must be the other one with long hair that clearly looks like a girl. I guess she's important or something. There's her too, but I don't think she's important, really. At least I'd assume she's not. I don't think there's any other characters I forgot about, unless Sachiko or someone else does. Imagine if fucking Yoshikazu has one. That'd be kind of funny. But I don't think any of them look like Yoshikazu. I mean, yeah, that one's clearly not. I have no idea what these 3 are, though. That one's probably a Byakudan kid. Maybe Toko? I can't really tell. Oh, well. So, we still have 30 minutes left, so should I just continue and start Chapter 5? I mean, I could go back and get wrong ends in these, because it's pretty clear where a lot of them in Chapter 3 are. Should I just do that? Or should I actually save them for bonus episodes? Because it's pretty clear where the Chapter 3 ones are, because that was all choices, you know? Should I do that? Nah, I'd rather just start Chapter 5, honestly. Make more story progress. I can literally do wrong endings in the, whatever the fuck. Alright, Shangri-La. So when does Nathan Drake show up? Morishige, oh. Okay. I deserve punishment for my actions. Each time I took a photograph with my phone, its flash made the school walls shine a bright heavenly light. White. This was a place of solitude. Only she and I, not another soul to be found. I just can't stay away. Okay, that's very, very disturbing. I was acutely aware that the hand in which I held my cell phone had begun sweating. Oh damn, that body's even fucking decapitated. And my breathing had become uncomfortably heavy. I was getting steadily more excited. At a dead body? A decapitated body? Look at that bra! And it was all because of her. A perfect flower brightly adorning the wall with its myriad colors, such was the departed female form spread before me. So I guess Morishige is the main character here? Great. When I first encountered her, it took me several moments just to comprehend what I was seeing. I'd never beheld a person with such grievous injuries before. I'm not even certain the word injuries would apply in a situation like this, because she's dead. What state of mind could cause someone to do this to another human being? I have no idea. This isn't something Kizami would do. This is probably something Morishige would do. I was certain this action had been wrought by human hands, largely because of both of her arms had been nailed to the wall with construction-grade linchpins. Based solely on the dugout abdomen, seemingly without the use of tools, the intestines lying on the floor, the smashed eyeballs, and the exposed jaw, one might think she'd been torn apart by wild animals, but the linchpins and the faint traces of bloody handprints here and there proved otherwise. And yet this bold, finely crafted display of her body shows a clear will and a fiery passion on the part of the orchestrator. The blood that splattered far and wide shone in my flash like a bright red flame, and whole chunks of flesh were strewn about like flower petals. This flayed, eviscerated corpse with arms outstretched and nailed to the wall brought to mind images of Jesus nailed to the cross. Really? Is this something someone we're supposed to know? Like, Shishido's supposed to die still, too. Same with Morishige, if, what Sachiko said in Chapter 1 is to be taken literally, and that you can't escape fate. If you die in here, you die in here every time. And Shishido does wear some pink clothes, right? I don't think it would be anyone else, since everyone else just wears school uniforms. But she was even purer than that. There was no self-sacrifice here, no lesson to be taught. Whoever did this clearly had fun with it. They enjoyed killing her, they enjoyed destroying her. As opposed to our animals who kill not for food, but for sport, leaving the carcasses of their prey behind. Of course, even intelligent animals like the lion, monkey, and dolphin can be subject to occasional exclusionism and abuse within their ranks. Yet only humans possess the capacity to turn their violent impulses into art. Okay, fucking murder Yusuke. Can that truly be all there is to it, though? And now he's getting the Yusuke voice. My internal monologue had become soliloquy, if only for a moment. What was it about this girl that fascinated me so? Witnessing the aftermath of a murderer's actions did provide a certain freeing sense of childlike helplessness, to be sure. But why had she in particular stricken my fancy? This whole school is like a veritable corpse party. Roll credits! I've seen so many other bodies since I've arrived here, but none like hers. The moment I first laid eyes on her will stay with me always. Not just the sight, but the smell too, hanging in the air like steam after a hot bath. She was young, junior or senior high age. Oh, so it's not Shishido. But that's about all I could determine. Her uniform was tattered and soaked through with blood, and there was no student ID name tag to be found. The only reason I believed her to be a she, in fact, was due to the presence of a makeup bag and ornate tortoiseshell jewelry box on the ground nearby. And the bra? I don't have the slightest clue who she may be, so why am I so drawn to her? I'd say it's Mayu, but there's a pretty obvious reason why this can't be Mayu. Please tell me, who are you? The alarm on my cell phone sounded as if in an answer. Oh dear, is it already this late? A production of The Barber of Seville was airing on the MHK Educational Network that evening, and Mayu had asked me to record it for her. Being away from my TV at the time, I'd set a few reminder alarms on my phone to sound at regular intervals beforehand. Mayu was most renowned for her love of sweets and accessories and such, and I often wondered if anyone else knew how much she enjoyed the works of Rossini. I need to find Mayu. She's lost without me. Ah, bright and beautiful Mayu, beloved by all who knew her. I was the only one aware of the weaknesses that lay within her heart. Therefore, I was the only one who could truly protect her. Speaking of weaknesses, I wonder what's become of Mochida's little sister. Oh, is this really already past this point? I certainly enjoyed chasing her around earlier. I gave her quite a fright. We haven't seen Yuka at all in this game, have we? Since the very, very beginning, right? I adored watching her run for dear life. It was an act befitting a psychopathic pedophile, yet I am no such thing. Sure! Why then did I glean such joy from it? I simply found her frail, cowering countenance to be irresistibly precious. The sound of an overwhelmingly weak person standing before me, utterly helpless and alone, elated my very soul. The sensation was nearly orgasmic. Morishige, you're a fucking freak. Like, I guess that's just your whole character in general, though, so it's not like, oh, Morishige, I fucking hate him, but that's just like, well, this is expected of him. Meanwhile, Ayumi is a completely different animal. Obviously not as fucked up as Morishige, but in a different way, yeah, she is. Yet this was a friend's sister. For all the torment I'd caused, I certainly intended no harm. The perceived threat I represented just spawned such panic and horror within her that I couldn't help myself. Thinking back upon it still makes me smile. I swear, it feels like there's another me slowly and steadily awakening within. Persona! No, this isn't right. This isn't who I am. Could it be that this nightmare's location is messing with my head? Indeed, this wouldn't do at all. If I were to return to the real world with Mayu and the others without first discarding this new me, I would no longer be able to live the way I did before. I suppose I'll need to erase all the pictures and movies I've stored in my phone, including hers. You're gonna die in here anyways, bro. Book of Shadows, Episode 5, Shangri-La. So is this just the... I'm assuming this is just gonna be the chapter... Oh, finally a Byakudan student. Is this just gonna be the chapter of fucking Morishige getting bullied by fate? I hope so. So, Mitsuki. What voice did I give her? Emmy, Toko, anybody at all? Is anybody there? Emmy, that's one of the ones we don't know. What the fuck is up with that cabinet? Crap, my phone. Is it okay? Damn it, the strap broke. Nobody in here either. Where did everybody go? Hard to believe we were just in the student council room. I guess that Sachiko charm is what did us in, huh? This wasn't just some ordinary school building. Or are we playing as Mitsuki and we have to avoid Morishige? That would make sense. Some fellow student council members and classmates and I all did that weird ritual. And then I passed out. I thought maybe it was anemia or something. But when I woke up, I found myself in this thoroughly disturbing place. My friends were nowhere to be found. At first, I thought maybe this was just Toko playing a prank on me, but I quickly realized that it went far beyond that.
Toko? Prank? Nah, Toko stab.
I got angry, I screamed, I cowered in fear and begged anyone who could hear me to stop doing this. But ultimately, I was just talking to air. This all felt like a bad dream, and I prayed in my heart of hearts that that's what it was. Because I knew I wouldn't be able to stand being in this horrible place all alone.
Weren't you with Fukuroi, though?
I just wanted to see someone, to be with someone. I just wanted someone to call my name. I'm Mitsuki Yamamoto, an 11th grader at Byakudan Senior High School. I serve as clerk for the student council. I'm right here, everyone. Right here.
Oh, we are just playing as her. Oh, we can't map. Okay, there's that. There's a door. Cabinets. Yep. Yeah, those are separate things. Alright, let's look at that. The door is frozen in place as if it's just a decoration on a wall. It doesn't even rattle when pushed.
Damn it, the windows were the same way. What the hell is going on in here?
I'm not going to accomplish anything by staying in one place. I need to keep looking for my friends. I wanted to look at the other things in that room, thanks. Question marks. Mitsuki.
Who's there?
Oh, Kurosaki. Okay. It's me, Kurosaki.
Kurosaki, where are you?
We were in the same hallway, but separated by a huge hole in the floor. Still, I finally found someone. Kensuke Kurosaki, a classmate of mine from 2-4. After being alone in here all this time, finally, a friend. I could barely contain my exuberance.
Kurosaki, I'm so glad you're alright.
You too. How are you holding up? You're not hurt or anything, right?
No, I'm just fine. How about you, Kurosaki? Where are the others?
I wish I knew. I only just woke up, and I'm still trying to figure out how I got here.
No kidding. We were all in the student council room, right? So how come we're in a run-down school now? Did someone carry us here while we were unconscious?
It's the only explanation I can think of, but I can't imagine anyone actually doing that.
Yeah, they'd have to be pretty sick. But then, well, have you seen what's in here with us, Kurosaki?
The dead bodies? Yeah. First time in my life I've ever seen the real deal. I was about ready to piss my pants when I realized what I was looking at.
Ew, come on.
He's got a lot of new sprites. I'm serious. This place is not so safe. We need to find Kazami, Fukuroi, and the others and get the hell out of here. Yeah, except Kazami, at this point, is probably on his murderous rampage due to fucking Okawa just being like, "You're a monster! I hate you!" Kurosaki carefully inched closer to the hole in the corridor, bit by bit, then took a good long look inside.
You could leap right over that, I'll bet. I mean, you're in the baseball club and you're good at sports, so something like this should be no problem.
There's no way! I'd have to be a track star to clear that!
Well, you'll never be one with that kind of attitude.
Man, you don't mince words, do you? Wouldn't expect anything less of you, though. Anyway, I'm going to go try to find some other way around.
Wait, what? Wait?
You stay there, Mitsuki, in case anyone else shows up while I'm gone.
You don't need to be in such a hurry. Why don't we stay here for a little while yet? Don't leave me alone. Guess I can be a kind of a pain in the ass sometimes. In class and in student council meetings alike, I'm always trying to take charge. Suppose I'll have to be all docile and sweet like Emmy if I want to be treated like a lady.
Okay, Emmy must be the girl with glasses, then.
Out of range. Damn, right when I need it the most, too.
Also, which of you 9 decided, yep, we're gonna fucking go, we're gonna do this charm thingy? Because whoever you are, you and Ayumi need to have a talk as fellow, dumb bitches, or dumb people if it's a guy, because, actually, no, dumb bitches would work if it was, like, I don't know, Fukuroi's probably, if I had to say somebody, it's probably Fukuroi. The time display on my phone read 2909. 29?
Well, that's certainly not right. Maybe it got messed up when I dropped it.
I don't like that sound.
Kurosaki's taking an awfully long time. Sure hope nothing happened to him.
Hey, anybody there?
Kurosaki? I'm here! Over here, Kurosaki!
Mitsuki, is that you? Oh, Fukuroi.
Fukuroi!
Thank goodness. I was looking all over for you, Mitsuki. Specifically her? It was Masato Fukuroi, a classmate of mine and the student council president. He always had a scowl on his face and dug his heels into the ground on everything. But right now, his cold obstinance was as welcome as could be.
Fukuroi, I'm so glad you're alright.
Wait, wasn't that exactly the same thing I said to Kurosaki? I really need to get some new material.
I'm sorry, you caught me right as I was starting to panic. I mean, we're in this horrible place and Kurosaki wandered off.
Slow down, this isn't like you, Mitsuki. Are you saying Kensuke is here too? Fukuroi totally has a thing for Mitsuki. Like, I was suspecting that in that extra chapter, but yeah, he's got somebody, for sure, and Mitsuki makes the most sense if fate just happens to have them together.
Yeah, he was on the other side of that pit, and since he couldn't figure out how to cross it, he just ran off to find an alternate way around.
I see. Jumping the gun as always, then.
Have you found anyone else, Fukuroi? What about Toko?
I'm afraid not. No Okawa or Katayama either, and no Kazami. Katayama, that's his name.
Well, Kazami's probably fine by himself.
You might be right. He's strong in body and strong of will. I doubt even a place like this could bring him down. He's probably the only one of you guys to not fucking, get killed by him.
At any rate, once we've reunited with Kurosaki, we should make finding the others our first priority.
Actually, no, Fukuroi gets killed by Yoshikazu, right? Because they run across that, the wing bridge, whatever the fuck you're supposed to call it, the connector between the wings, and he gets killed by, Yoshikazu, right?
At any rate, once we've reunited with Kurosaki, we should make finding the others our first priority.
Katayama's probably already dead by this point, though. Maybe we should try to find an alternate route around this pit ourselves, then.
Is that really such a good idea, though? What if Kurosaki gets here after we've already left?
Then he'll wait for us. And if we set about finding our own route, there's a good chance we'll run into him along the way. And we might happen upon the others, too.
You're right. We can't just stand around or we'll never get anywhere. I have to admit, I am worried about Toko and the others.
Me too. We have to confirm the safety of everyone from Byakudan as soon as possible. The door to the art room is locked up tight. Okay, search mode. Well, I think in this case then, if I look at the map, damn, there's like nowhere to actually go. Seems like we'd be able to get up there eventually. Okay. Well, I think I'm going to end this episode here then. So we managed to finish Chapter 4 and we've started Chapter 5. Yay. Kind of wanted to look at that fucking blood box back in that first room. I look at the door and Mitsuki's just like, I'm gonna teleport. Yeet! Just fucking okay. But whatever, we're finally getting screen time for the Byakudan students and I guess Morishige, but whatever. That's gonna be it for this episode, guys. If you liked it, be sure to press the like button. And if you didn't like it, then fuck you too. Remember to subscribe, follow me on Twitter, and hit that notification bell to stay up to date on all my videos and stuff. And as always, my name is Godzi, and I will see you all next time. Goodbye!